after it chops Draconis off. Which is fine. This is more more lax tournament as usual. Kept a hand with turn one bunny and that's it. Ugh, looks like a rough start. Still got to move though. Move for a move. Oh, and the clue is already out. It's gonna take out that anchor option. Let's take a look at the bracket. Man, so many first round buys. That part does annoy me. It's all good. I tried to bug people enough. I tried to reach out to people. I tried to track people down. Who will I have to go against next? Uh oh, Visitor Q. That's an easy loss right there. Giveaway. Yeah, yes. Bot's working. Let's see. Complete. Can we just edit this one? So this one is Beyond the Gates retail. You'll have you'll have 20 minutes. And playing Siggy and got one of the slowest worst opening hands I could. We I don't remember ever playing Sigismar. Does not sound like something I would do. Oh, I forgot that if I put an in the title, it says this should pop right here, and I should have a game I have to do real quick. I don't know. This is looking rough for Pandy. I think Runefolk is going to be first next, right? Yep. And it's going to eliminate that reserve for Pandy once again. Getting that a clue early is pretty massive against Tasia. Yeah, you guys have figured out how to enter into the giveaway. All right, now I gotta lose real quick. Oh boy, that is not that is not the opening hand I want to see as Arok. That is not at all what I wanted. Thank you all for coming out and watching. Today is a little bit more of a casual style tournament. If you want some of the high level casting and longer Swiss tournaments, next weekend is going to be back to back events over on AWOL that I'll be part of hosting. We don't see the upper player's name. Don't worry, it's just me. It's because when you're spectating versus when you're playing, the box shifts. So I have to lose this game real quick because I jumped in because it did not get full. This is my Arok unique, by the way. It's just one of those cloth dancers that gives fleeting at dusk. Hey, thank you for the subscription, Creative Chaos. Hope your game's going well. Hope you're doing well. The AWOL stream is on YouTube. Um, I'll be basically doing that my entire weekend, which will be great. Where I've been. Gonna be a busy weekend. Got some really cool things happening. Drew 2 Hydra, 2 Cloth Cocoon, 2 Beauty Sleep, 2 Spindles. Sheesh. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah, I drew 2 really bad cards in opening hand for Arok, so I should lose this as fast as possible is what I should do. Hey, what's up, Endorvian? Hope you're doing well. I want to at least get one Arok draw, though. Look at that, El Wee Wee. Welcome on in. Did Pandy actually get cooked? Spammy, welcome in. Looks like you're hanging in there a little bit. Oh, cool. Are you like you're literally kidding me, right? This is my luck whenever I play Arok. That was a good switcheroo, though. All right, we're gonna get at least one Arok pull, but everything that we would want from it is in our mana, basically. All right. Looks like there is 12 minutes left on the giveaway timer. It is this pack right here. I'll open it on stream and then put your name on it. Um, and I'll show the QR code so that you have to scan it before everyone else. Where are my post-its? There they are. Pandy is cooked, almost at least. Rune is playing pay to win uniques. I think we all know that you've spent more money on uniques than all of us. Keelan guy is maybe close to you, but I don't know. I'm nowhere near close to Pandy. That's just how bad it is for Pandy. But I don't know anyone else that's spent a bunch. Oh, you had to go against Fen? I'm sorry. We're gonna exchange a Sandman for a Sandman. Oh, you had to go against El Wee Wee? R.I.P. You hate to see it. I like this deck, though. This deck is fun. El Wee Wee is my hero, though. Who's gonna get the picture on the website next? Someday I'll beat Finn. You just you just can't make this up. Arak, huh? Yeah. I'm preparing my Arak for um next set for sure. I also just need to lose a game because I could not get everyone to sign up. There's no pressure to win. Yeah. I think this is GG's right here. Can't believe how terrible that draw was, though. I'm sorry for giving Visitor Q an easier time against the rest of you guys. Very unfortunate, but now we can get into the real games. Yes, that was the plan all along. All right, looks like Iron Arma has knocked out Rinku. Let's see here. Gamma Knight has knocked out West Will. Boston Beaver taking down Javi Navarro. Argon 11 against Freeloader. We have Hyper K and Endorvian are halfway through. Let's check the end of this Pandy Andy. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Looks like Runefolk kicked Pandy Andy out. Pandy Andy had to wake up just to get destroyed by Runefolk. I love these kind of Coppelias. Um, when I go to reserve from the expedition zone, you may play me for free and I gain a sleep. This is if you control a token target, character gains one boost. Does that play? Yeah, that has to play after it gaining a sleep. That's really cool. Hyper K, the Brazilian Tasia legend. We got Brazil against USA. So it got okay. Yeah, I didn't go to reserve. Gave Capellia herself a boost. Nice, nice. That hooked seems to have been well placed. Looking like a double move to tie up the game here. Unfortunately, we're going to have a board clear for Endorvian. And yes, I am the secretary of AQZ. I finally gave in to their pleads. Hooked is very good. Felix has been using it in Lyra too, and has pulled off some decent wins against me with it. Hello, hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Looks like we have about 3.5 minutes left on the giveaway. You can type !raffle to enter. It'll just be, this is the Beyond the Gates retail. Let me go get my knife so I can scare everybody. I still want to try my hooked like effect Lyra deck. Yeah, I need to make some new decks. I don't think I have anything I'm competing in this season though. I'm too busy hosting, casting, organizing. Alright, what do we have on this Moona Druid? Up to one target character gains a sleep. You may have it gain 2 boosts. That's a from anywhere. Interesting choice to play that unique, being on a Moona Druid. I guess it only takes one of your druids though, so it's not too big of a deal. I need to get some water too. I don't know why I did not bring water with me. There's a lot of prizes for this event too. Kind of not looking forward to sending them out, honestly. So everyone just donate them back to me and then I'll just keep them, right? Here's the main box that's been sitting behind me um all season. So unopened. And then I threw in 2 extra packs for each placement. So all right, let's see. The giveaway, 10 seconds on the giveaway it says. I don't think it auto picks someone, so I'll just have to click the button. I'll get it ready though. And Dorvian's doing pretty well with this Subash against Hyperk's Tasia. Some people say Subhash, Subash. Alright, let's see who wins the first one. We're basically just gonna do back-to-back giveaways, I think, where you have 20 minutes to enter. Pick winner, Keelon Guy. Great, that means I get to keep them, because Keelon Guy doesn't need them. Alright, let's see. So you got a Kojo. You got a rat. Inkcaster. Bountiful Meadow. Rigged if no God Pack. It's retail. Teamwork Training. Kraken. I like how I'm reading them through my camera. Meditation Training. Cernunos. Little Pigs. Oh, I see some yellow. Daughter of Yggdrasil rare. Isunboshi rare. Ooh, Son of Yggdrasil rare in Bravos. Dang, this game is neck and neck. And then a unique foiler. Alright, so I'm going to slide that back into the fold. And write Keelon Guy on it. And then I'll scan those into my own account after. Teamwork Training common. Alright. We'll do a trial by Frost next. GG, well played, just bricked. And Dorvian is throwing in the towel here. Not too hard to understand when you see this side here on the companion side having to go up against that. Only having a milk and whatever this is. Won a full case of Kickstarter displays. If you're buying them. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, TBF going up. Hyper K on the negative 1 minute. Ooh, that card though was a boom. Boom on milk. That is a very cool thing to see, honestly. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Just too many plants on the board for Hyper K. And follows it up with the Nurture. This is gonna, the new sequence is gonna go until they discard and stuff. But just know that Hyper K won here. We'll go ahead and get into another match. Looks like Nightly Peacock took out Victor Mata. We've had some upsets already this game. Andrew, Season 2 champion, took out Erleia. All right. We have El Wee Wee against Aklo. This is a good one. Ooh, a Lindaway versus a Fen. Neck and neck here, too. Really interesting bit of expedition here. You would think that it would be the Lindaway that was moving the companion side with Ma and everything, but it's actually been the Fen. And the hero has not moved for Fen, but has moved for Lindaway. It's not something you see very often with more experienced players. Classic Paper Herald here that lets you return a spell, give fleeting. Hello, Gus the Bus. No uniques on the board yet for Aklo on Lindaway. We raffling again? Yeah, every 20 minutes until the end of the event. This one is for a trial by Frost. I named the giveaway, but I'm now realizing that the message does not say the name. You did really good though, Endorvian. That was a really good display against Hyperk's Tasia. So from anywhere, Trickster, that is, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, roll a die. 4+, draw a card. 1 to 3, resupply. I really like ones like this. Both just good benefits, especially in this Fen deck. Ortis Trooper here. If you put a card from your hand in reserve, next card you play this afternoon costs one less. Not too shabby. And another unique. Gonna sacrifice the Maw to discard that Trickster and then create a Moth. I wonder, this Lantern has had to have been here the whole game. Just giving very slight pressure to the companion side, but not actually progressing. It's pretty awesome. Let's take a quick look at the bracket here while Aklo is thinking. All right. So we still have Wyvern against Easy Lopez going. Looks like Arthur took down Tasty Bacon and is going against Hyper K. Ooh, Kari against Freeloader. Kari, I think you should just give the win to Kari Freeloader, and I'll see about getting you some free custom tokens. Iron Arma, what happened? I swear, Iron Arma is like always falling asleep during the events or something. Can I spectate my next potential opponents? Yeah, but there's if it's something you can do on BGA. Um, you missed the part where Cole said if you win the raffle, the stream will randomly disconnect. No, Erleia and I are no longer enemies, so we've buried the hatchet. Yeah, let's go freeloader. The Spycraft, yeah, Spycraft is a very good call in the new type of Fen. This is honestly kind of how I feel about the reunion card that came out, but Spycraft I think is inherently better for the same mana cost, but it is a rare slot. No, not salty. Yeah, so El Wee Wee, very well known for playing Fen and always innovating in the space. So you'll see some certain things change here and there in the deck. Um, I think one of my favorite ones is there was an Amale for a little bit, which was really cool. I do not know. Did you already enter Argon? Why did it not say that you entered? Yeah, I do not see you in there. You might have to be following to for it to work. I did not purposely set that. Oh yeah, you're there. Never mind. You have a ticket. Argon has a ticket. But yeah, next weekend we're gonna have back-to-back big events. So should be a fun weekend. How are you taking out your anger on them on ladder? What was that? What was that card? Um, the reunion. What was it specifically? Um, Let me look at the a guy trying document. Yeah, so it's Merry Reunion. See, I think I would just do it at the common, but the rare is also really intriguing. But I would bet $10 a wee wee's at least gonna try it out at some point. Unless there's a big upset and there's no El Wee Wee Fen next season. Tasia Ramp versus Ysmir. Nice. What do you put in your ramp? Why? If the bot isn't responding, I think that means you already have a ticket. Yeah. Nightly Peacock, I see you there. So if you don't know, if you just type in exclamation point raffle, um, chance to win this trial by Frostpack here. 3 Lokis. How is that ramp? We're all big fans of LWE here. This Lindaway gameplay has been great though. Aklo's been doing a really cool job. Now they're neck and neck. This Alice that was causing trouble is going away though. There are 2 Moth Lanterns in the discard. Let's see here. 2 uniques on Elwiwi's side. Think there's still potential for some more spycrafts. Ooh, what about the Anansis? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, this could be very interesting. Snooze the ad. We can't have the ad be playing right now. Also, notably, Aklo does have very little time remaining because Awiwi has a clock of 8 minutes and 39 seconds, while Aklo has minus 20 seconds. The double twinkle twinkle. Oh, and then the off you go. What one character was this, a Nyala or something that I looked away for a second? And well, it can't be a Nyala now. Oh, it was a Hathor. Okay. I thought I saw some card switching happening, but I was just making sure on my messages. Oh no. No, misclick. Yeah. LWB said, "Oh no, misclick." Oh no. The nightmare. Ooh, the Amale. Bye 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 bye. This is gonna be very interesting now. What if this goes to arena? Notably, Lindaway does not have access to free Ma. Oh no, the double studious. What is this last card? I was gonna say I think Fen just has too many resources for it to really be a loss here, even after that. It's all gonna depend if there is. Oh, Twinkle Twinkle. Okay. Can it even be another Hathor, though? Ah, I see the play here. Double Twinkle Twinkle to just move with the Amale. Nice. Twinkle Twinkle. It's kind of crazy that Twinkle Twinkle is 2 mana from hand and from reserve, and it also has a quick action. When Beauty Sleep is 1 from hand, 3 from reserve, no quick action. Clearly need to nerf Waru again. I agree. All right. Let's see here. So Visitor Q took down the season 2 champion in Andrew. Carifer managed to take down Freeloader. Look at that. All the training at PAX East being around just great players like me and all of the marbles really paid off, as you can see. And I think we'll take a look at what Keelan guy is doing since we've seen a little bit of visitor queues so far. Um, ooh, Gamma Knight back on the Navenka against Keelan guy on the Fen. I need to go grab a water real quick. um, what else was I gonna say? Oh, how many minutes on the giveaway? Yeah, let's see. 3.5 minutes on the giveaway. So exclamation point raffle if you didn't already. Um, you guys are gonna get hit with an ad. I'm gonna save one of my other snoozes for the next end that we have here because I only have one more right now. Good job, Salmon. Uh, who is me? If he is that great, he should start playing on tournaments. How can I play in tournaments when I'm too busy hosting and casting all of them or working? But this is the championship for Ace, so I have some free time after this. Ad blocker joins the game. Yeah, thank you for the sub. There is a VIP section in the Discord for Twitch subs and Patreon subs. Either way gets you in. What about both? Uh, I will create a extra VIP section, I guess. No one really says anything in the VIP section. Monster Energy? No. uh, I'm looking for a Liquid Death sponsorship. If Liquid Death wants to sponsor me or the AQZ team, we will add Liquid Death to the jerseys. Giveaway for VIP. Yeah, eventually. All right. The raffle for Trial by Frost has ended. Let's pick the winner. Ooh, a Sandman is dropped. Keelan guy should have enough resources here to make something happen. So many different options on what could be done here. Maybe anchor the aloe, but then there's some cost reduction. Only needs 4 in mountain. Interesting. El Wee Wee. Uh, yeah, you need to have a unique that one of them wants, and then they'll let you in. Hope for a Lyra unique. Let's see. All right, Sierra, Vike, Persephone, Snowball Commando, Amarok. That looks like a walrus. That looks like a Veilmon. What is that? Moth Lantern? Oh no, Freeze. This is Freeze. I'm looking in the camera, so it's hard to tell on that one. Tiny Jail. Looks like a Magping Hoarder. That looks like a Vike. Hey, field reinforcements though. And then a Moth. No unique, sadly. Alright, but this one is marked for El Wee Wee. I will write your name on the sticky note and I will send it with all the other prizing I'll have to send after this. El Wee Wee in the prize pile. All right, should we go back to Trial by Frost or do you want Beyond the Gates? What are you guys feeling? It's Beyond the Gates retail, not Kickstarter. All right. This is actually looking kind of scary for Elon guy right here. Who won that one? El Wee Wee. BTG? Alright. BTG it is. Gus the Bus, thank you for following. Alright. Now a new giveaway has started. Attention, please. There are a lot of resources here, though. And it looks like Gamma Knight is calling the GG because of all those resources. Um, reason being, I was thinking it was just a little scary. Was the potential for other like Twinkle Twinkles or Sandmans or anything like that. Congrats to our retired champ. Let's take a look at the bracket here. All right. So another good question while I have you guys here at the end of a season and almost the end of the AWOL season. What do you guys like to see in the way of overlays when you're watching streams of altered tournaments? I usually make most of the overlays like this because I think seeing the player clocks and cards in hand are really good. And then I do technically have a two caster one, but I just usually cast Ace by myself. And then this is technically my intermission. So this is if I need to step up and go to the bathroom or whatever. It looks better than this most of the time, but I just made the gameplay bigger. Um, but I might be looking to make new overlays for AWOL as well for the next season. I like themes in the background. Yeah, AWOL. We have we have that right. What did I make for AWOL? I have it all on my computer. Uh, let's see. Image. I just stream with my camera on the corner. Looks like Kari was taken out by the Sigismar by Arthur. Or to spy here, if you control a token, sabotage from anywhere. And it also creates a token. That is a double self-satisfying Ortis spy right there. Let's see. The problem with um, backgrounds in the stream are if you're doing a professional broadcast, you can't just be putting um, images you don't own on the stream. Obviously, with altered, um, we'd probably get permission for a lot of things. All right, Easy Lopez looks to be surviving the Occlute against Runefolk here. Simon Echo. That's the two interviewer one. I guess this is the AWOL one. When you have the game, there's just not really any room for a background. Well, this is the AWOL one. Um, the the interview screen, as we call it, um, does have a background. This one here, that's like the interview screen where it's just the two casters. So something like that will probably come back for the next season. If you control two or more plants other than me, up to two target characters each gain one boost. When another character joins your expeditions, if you control two or more boosted characters, up to two target characters each gain one boost. Okay, so this is going to get satisfied right here because one of these things that's played or in hand is going to get a boost. I mean, and the rabbit's going to give that a boost, and I was going to say Basira. Maybe a good idea would be putting a unique that is played in the corner. Yeah, we try to hover over the uniques a lot. Runefolk has actually made a really cool tool to display deck lists. It's just hard fitting everything on one screen. And Lost in the Woods on that Chiron. I think there's a very hard way out of this for Runefolk and calls the GG. Is this on the new patch? No. What's up, Maddox? That won't be out until at least the 30th, 31st. For AWOL, I want to have a story in the background, but sadly, most designers want money for their work. Yet you've never asked me. I'm more a I'm more a fan of giving the gameplay as much possible space as you can and making it not too busy. Favorite favorite liquid death flavor? Probably convicted melon. Depends on what kind of mood I'm in though. Convicted melon is really good though. Their new like soda flavor ones are also really good. All right, what do we got here? El Wee is going to have to go against Easy Lopez, it looks like. Down here, Visitor Q is waiting between Belteshazzar, and Keelan guy. But I just have the normal mountain water right now. Ordered a case of it with groceries. Yeah, I wasn't able to round up all 64 people. I think I tried to track down more than 64 people. We ended at 35 players. I think only two players specifically told me that they couldn't play, and then just everyone else, no answer. I couldn't find. didn't sign up. So it is what it is. But that made the first round like so many people just got a bye basically. Um, and now we are almost into the semifinals. Um, but we have one or two match fours left. I honestly think right now with BGA tournaments, people don't really care about the prizing. I think they just want a tournament they can play in at a time that works for them. And I think most people prefer Swiss. So I think this will most likely be the last season of Ace. But I have some other things that I have thought of doing. Single elim is not good. Yeah. I love it because I love the season approach to it and like getting seasonal points, but what my dog barking at? There's an idea I had a long time ago, um, that the AQZ guys are stealing, I think. So I'll probably help with that. It would be cool if they had double elimination. Yeah, there's a couple. I've looked into a couple other formats, um, but I don't think they make sense with the TCG on BGA specifically. Um, because I think they do have double elimination, sort of. Um, let's see. Yeah, they have group stages, um, and multiplayer elimination. Um, but I don't think you have enough control over certain things that you can really do a losers bracket, at least from what I understood. I think doing a losers bracket would be cool, but I also come from like esports and played like fighting games for a really small period of time. So um, card card game players don't like that as much. I can't drop 0-2. I can't 0-2 drop in single elimination. Yeah. What are we stealing? I can't leak it, right? I really enjoy the single elim tourney. Would be annoying if every tourney was that, but having one is nice. That's what I thought as well. We'll see though. We'll see. I don't mind single elim if we could play best of three. Yeah, and I can't set that up either. I think my other ideas are cool, but people also don't like alternative things either. So we'll see. We will see what happens. I have to take a couple weeks at least, um, with all the AWOL stuff and working with Equinox next weekend and some other things. Uh, Prizing for the tournament on Sunday has not been. For the AWOL Invitational on Saturday, I don't think I got those mixed up. Maybe I did. I'm pretty sure Simon has the prizing in the server. So I only switched to Sundays mainly because of Dexter, but also because I put out a vote and Sundays won by like one vote. So I don't know. I'll have to find one of the really old messages during like Beyond the Gates that I sent to Keelan guy about the other thing. How many minutes do we have on this giveaway? Three minutes on this next giveaway. Weekend has been nice from the States. Yeah, you guys are gonna have me involved because the rest of you suck at planning. Maybe on planning, but not taking action. All right, let's actually cast a game, maybe. Dang, this is nice. Tooth Fairy for three. When I leave the expedition zone, sabotage. That's great because it doesn't say when I go to reserve. And at dusk, draw a card. Looks like Keelan guy's been able to do the classic Fen build up resources and claw the game back. Currently thinking about how and where to progress. Probably only one side here, but that's all that he really needs. Need to get a tripod and figure out how to do backpack coverage before the Dallas qualifier. Finally get brave enough to DM the tournament organizer. By now, they should have like full on stream backpack setups that you can get. All right. That tooth fairy is gone. There are a lot of hands in Kojo's hand. There are a lot of cards in Kojo's hand, um, which is not as common with a Kojo, but having these Serengars and this Tooth Fairy that we saw, easy to have some card draw that way. Ooh, seeing an Anansi played for no boosts. What is the last card? And what would be the best last card in this situation? Sandman? Maybe? What do we got? Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. Why do I suck at the game? Does Belteshazzar have an answer, though? Chiron's a good start. Gonna need to get a lot, though. Okay. A mana eruption. Not enough, though. Keelan Guy is able to take it. Alright. Beyond the Gates pack. Let me turn on my other light now that it's getting dark. Alright. GG's to Keelan Guy. How is the hero competition going, by the way? What's the update on that? Alright, pick a winner. Spammy. Alright, let's see what you got. Oh, you just missed it, but it's okay. After I show these cards, we'll be throwing another one for Trial by Frost. Oh, let me get into a game so you have that to watch too. Let's see. Looks like Arthur was able to take out Kari. Keelan Guy against Visitor Q. Ooh, that is going to be a great game. Let's finish this El Wee game and then go into that Keelan Guy game. What's up, Simon? All right, let me show this pack and then I'll start the next raffle. So, Fen, Mighty Jin, that's Bravos. Ooh, Cloth Cocoon. It's always a nice one. Aloe. Dang, this is a good pack. Like that. Good night, Pandy Andy. Got my Cheez-Its just for you. Gatekeeper. Training. Kitsune. This is a really good pack. Kyron. All bangers. Tooth Fairy. Is that Tooth Fairy? Oh, Tinkerbell. Shit, I told you I always get them mixed up. An Isatok. Oh, there you go. There's the mind hypothesis. Could be good in draft, though. Anubis. Yeah, this pack. And then a Ortis Recruit. So congrats to Spammy in this Easy Lopez versus El Wee Wee. Looking very interesting. Honestly, right now it looks good for both players. Let me slide that back in and put your name on it. We're going to do Trial by Frost next. Those of you that just typed in raffle, just give me a second. Sorted all of your cards. Nice. I need to do that because I've been opening a bunch that we got from packs. All right, there's Spammy. Spent this morning and yesterday and Friday doing so. Yeah, takes a long time. All right, so this one's going to be Trial by Frost. All right, there you go. Now you can type exclamation point raffle We're about to see some very big Anansis coming out. Um, there shouldn't be anything that Tasia can do to stop it, especially with the regions that we're on right now. There are no forests. So Easy Lopez is calling GG in the chat. Both of these Anansis should be able to take it. If I didn't do it today, I never would have gotten it done. Yeah, next weekend's gonna be very busy. I need to get a new box for bulk. Yeah, I'm gonna need another one here soon too. My donation box is also full now. We always be cooking. All right. Which trial by frost? Left, middle, or right? Left, middle, or right? All right. Keelan Guy versus Visitor Q. I feel force in the middle one. All right, middle it is. Okay, what do we got here? Why did Keelan Guy pick Fen for the championship? I wonder. So far, it is paying off. Double Spindle already out for Visitor Q without giving up too much so far. A little, but not too much. Because Fen is the best deck. That's what I've been telling people. But whenever I say things, people just think I'm crazy. They push me down to the ground and they say, "You only have 100 elo. Who are you talking about?" Spindles are going to be annoying. Yep. It's gonna cut down on the interaction that Keelan guy is able to do, especially the twinkle twinkle abuse we've been seeing across the whole championship, not just from Keelan guy. Um, but it's not Fen's only mode, so it'll be interesting to see if there can be an overcome of stats here. I think I know Keelan's uniques. I feel like I just want to alternate between Fen and Basira now. What is everyone looking forward to building next season from what they've seen so far? I think mine is no joke. Um Arak, but I'm really excited for a lot of Muna stuff. If I have the time, I want to try to branch out to Arjun. Um, but it's just hard to have the time. Over the past couple weeks, I haven't really played many games. Ow, shit. Sorry, I just slapped the mic. Um, for the next 3 months, I don't know if it's going to slow down at all. Navenka for sure. Everything, true. Augment, Sabash, buff my Fen, love to make a viable Arak. Yeah, I love Arak. I think her hero play and ability are my favorite in the game. If they aren't still stinky. Um what what is how does Arjun's ability actually read? Let me read that. I gotta visualize it. So hmm. Yeah, it kind of sucks that the hand cost has to be 3 or less. Um the card that was revealed today. Let's see here. I think the Spirit Wielder could be really good in Arjun. So yeah, Spirit Wielder. Yeah, I think that's definitely one worth checking out. Not loving the reveals so far for my heroes. Probably will try Basira. Well, Ortis has gotten access to everything good in one way or another. So did you stop playing Ortis? I really want to see the rest of the Muna cards before I decide anything. Harder and harder to feel good playing big guys when there's so many decks that can match their stats for 2 mana. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, what do we got here? Keelan should be able to get a move out of this one, but is no longer ahead on advancements. We're gonna see this aloe become anchored. That's probably the most we'll see out of Tasia unless there's another beauty sleep. Never liked Siggy. Gulrain could be interesting. Mostly plays Sierra, Kesha, and Lindy. Hmm. Yeah, I guess there hasn't been anything super exciting for Lindaway that I remember seeing. Sierra though, there's been some really cool stuff. Hopefully there will be more. I don't want the game. See, I don't play Goalring as stall at all, and I don't think people should play Goalring that way. Um, it was I think we actually talked with Justin about it at PAX, and we were talking about how it's kind of like you have to know when to flip the switch with Goalring between playing defensive and just trying to speed ahead. A month ago, I thought Lindaway would be featured in the next set. Yeah. It might be a while. Yeah, we got some good Muna heavy hitter players here. Oof. Seeing 3 aloes out and a spindle harvester that's online is a very big board for Tasia here. There is a big hand advantage to Keelan Guy on Fen, but with those two spindles out and just 4 mana left here for Visitor Q, is it going to be enough? Quick play Loki. Feel like Sadi is going to be godlike next set. Sadi definitely has some very cool stuff. I just I don't like the way Sadi feels. There's just so many easier ways um, to draw cards, but I don't know. Token hate hurts Lindy too much. Yeah. I think there is something. I gotta be careful. There is something. Where was it shown? Was it shown in Lyra? Yeah, that the we saw a unique Hydra in Lyra, right? I need to see the Minotaur. Um, but if the Hydra, I don't think Guy Trying put it on his sheet, but the fact that he could eventually remove his own tokens is crazy. That is a very good point. Um, which I knew that, but I wasn't thinking beyond the cards yet. So yeah, maybe Outsadi does finally go pretty dang hard because of that, and then some other cards that we've seen. Listen, it's hard to separate parts of your brain on what's been revealed and what hasn't. I also have this thing that keeps whispering to me. It might eat all the prizes. I'm not sure. All right, Keelan guy, you have to discard 5 reserve things, and potentially you could win here. Tasia's board at the moment doesn't look too crazy. But what are we gonna see? The box be whispering. 2 boosts incoming at noon. True, true. Compared to what it was before, though. I guess the other thing is now that Tasia has 9 mana, this Beauty Sleep is a very valid option from reserve. Oh, or a Mana Reaping. Um, this Anansi resupply is really good for Fen though. Let's see here. When I gain one or more boosts, anchor. That's very, very good, caregiver. The nurture onto that. snooze the ad, snooze the ad. All right, so this is everything's about to be anchored. So as of right now, Keelan Guy can have a way out of this, but it depends on what Visitor Q does with this 5 mana. Because there's nothing to remove yet. Oh, that's like a perfect play right there. Thespian gets all the boosts, puts pretty high stat block on the hero side. It's only 2 mana. So now there's still the Beauty Sleep and the Mana Reaping available. And I don't think we've seen Tanukis from this version of Finn. Z Lopez, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. If Keelan Guy has another after you, I think they got it. One more sleight of hand. All right, so now there's no removal, so this is just straight stats. 6 mana with Fen. And some cost reduction. There's still some possibility here. So one Anansi is going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One Anansi can... Ooh, the acapella training. Interesting. Interesting play. It's not a sleight of hand, but it does clock one more thing into the reserve. So now we have an Anansi that can block one side for sure. Is there enough to block the other side, though? I think what's actually going to be the win here for Visitor Q is that 10 in the water. Breaking out the calculator right now. GG's so close. Tie on the hero and win on the companion. Common Magpeng. Does not look like the math was mathin'. Keelan's greed on only common. uh, Bum, 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 bum. GG's. From the way that I was looking at it was not enough to win both sides, right? The Anansi was too short. If you and you didn't have anything to go up one more stat here. Gotta say, still needing to discard after the game is wild. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's a better way to implement it on BGA. It's because of the changes to Grand Endeavor and Small Step. But it is kind of annoying for every game. Oh, right at the end here, no, we saw Elwiwi fall to the Sigismar. No, our Fen hero, what happened? Yeah, Anansi does not count itself from reserve. All right, we are into the final match here. I think the yes. So this TBF pack here. Um, let's pick the winner. Hey, it's Salmon. All right, Salmon. Oh. All right, let's hope for a unique. No ads. I'll wait. All right, we are into the game. Thank you for the follow, Victor Mata. Hope you're doing well. Siggy versus Tasia. And we see a Sandman coming out and sleeping a recruit to then boost it. For a second, I was like, where did the boosts come from? And then rare Sandman, give it two boosts. Welcome back. The ad should be ended. I'm showing you what's in the pack on stream, but I will send you a picture of the cards so you can scan them. I joked about holding up the QR code and making you have to scan it quickly, but that would not be very smart. Um, so, Salmon, here is your pack, and I will DM each person. I don't think I know what your Discord is, though, Salmon Shimmy. I think I know everyone else's. So, the Arjun, Machine in the Ice, Wyvern. Hey, there we go. I know who you are for sure now. Matched together, 2 and 2. Otter. Winter outfits. Milk. Vishvakarma. Hey. Alright, we got anything good? Is that Aurora? I love milk. More milk. Rare milk. Hey, look at that. 2 Demeters, too. Hypothermia. And Moth. Alright. That one is for Wyvern, aka Salmon. Alright, we have time for one more. Are we going Trial by Frost or Beyond the Gates? They already had it on Twitch? Or did you make the account and forgot the password? Man, it's gonna take me a while to send all these prize packs. Alright, we'll do it random actually. Maybe the randomness will allow someone to get a unique. So number 1 through 4, the first person that types a number 1 through 4, that's the pack that we'll give away. 3. All right. It's a Beyond the Gates pack. All right. Here we go. Last giveaway. Now you can type exclamation point raffle. Now we can focus on this game. This Ortis Spy is really nasty, but Anchored kind of helps out a lot with that. It's a pretty nice cone man for 4/4 for a from anywhere anchored, and when it gains a boost, as long as you have 2 boosted characters, it anchors. Right now we are neck and neck on the expedition. This turn is going to be so great for visitor Q though. There is a Bastion out for Siggy, but this Nurture and some other things and the Muna Bastion kind of equalize there. Uh, you already missed me. You already missed me hyping it up and posting the link to the YouTube in chat. But yes, I almost leaked stuff about that too, but then I remembered that there's like no information shared yet. So I didn't. A lot of people have said that they want more like just gameplay streams of Altered. Just playing like arena and stuff. But I don't know if that's actually true. I think the tournament casts and stuff are definitely what more people come out for. Ooh, the mana reaping. Is this taking? Yep. Bye bye, Bastion. Yes. See you then. Good performance, Keelan. I'm pretty sure you have prizing. So I will happily open that and take it for myself. Um, what was it? So first place gets 14 retail booster packs. Second place gets 10. Top four each get 6. Top eight get 4. I just realized I did not set enough prize packs uh, aside for that. I think I missed out on a couple. It's not an issue though. I have the I have the boxes and everything. I just forgot to pull them out because adding 2 to the prize pool for first and second is not the same as adding it for third through eighth. But as I was saying, these turns were looking really good for Tasia. Now's where it's going to get a little dicey, but I think we're gonna have Tasia be, yep, first player, having that Dracana already on the board, having a Spindle. This seems to be looking pretty good for Visitor Q, depending on what comes out from Arthur on the Sigismar. Ooh, Arthur's already calling GG. So it does not seem like there's a whole lot available. Mana Reaping being the only thing available, though, from Visitor Q could easily mean that this isn't over yet. And Anubis right here would go so crazy. I don't think there's an Anubis though. What's your rules question? All right, there's the GGs. If my opponent has double Spindle Moon of Bastion out, yes, it stacks. All right. Congrats to Visitor Q, not only for a very impressive season, the entire Ace season. I'm pretty sure multiple first place wins in the weeklies, but also a very good run in the championship here. So, how it's going to work with single elimination is I'm just literally going to go down the line. So, I have 3 mana and no characters in play. Can I play acapella training with no targets? Yes. I believe so. Um because you don't have to have a target for almost all spells as I'm choking. You can do Rhyme Frost without a target. I'd have to double check to see if acapella has any target character gains fleeting. I'm pretty sure you don't have to have a. Oh, you know what it might be? Um, there is a further complexity to that question. Um, you do have to target something if there is a target. Um, so if you had no characters on the board, well, actually, I don't think you do. I think you could just pass, right? And choose not to pay the tough, and then the acapella just wouldn't go off. I'd have to double check the comprehensive rules. Realized I couldn't sleep without the rules question being answered. Simon is also smarter than me and might know. Um, can I with no targets? Yeah, I think you can, but my only my only thought is if they have targets, I think you technically have to. But I also think you have the option of just not paying the tough, which would mean that it does nothing, which with most spells is fine. Um, I think the spell just goes off with nothing. Um, anyways, I will announce the winners, and if Simon finds it before I do, um, then we'll go with that. So, just going down the line, in first place will be Visitor Q. Second place will be Arthur. Third will be El Wee Wee. Fourth is Keelon Guy. Nightly Peacock in fifth. Belteshazzar in sixth. Carifer in seventh. And Easy Lopez in eighth. So that is our top eight. We still have one more giveaway ticking here for this prize pack that we have right here, and then we'll close it up. A player is never forced to pay a tough cost, even. Yeah. So I think you can just pass the paying the tough, which means nothing happens. Um, I'm trying to find it a quick way. When that's its controller must choose a character or permanent. They cannot choose a character or permanent from another zone, such as reserve. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. Uh, oh, now my rules aren't loading. There we go. Playing a spell. Uh, yeah. That section does not help me. How many minutes are left technically on the giveaway? I think I can just end it. Oh yeah, because we have 8 minutes left. Um, if people want to see arena gameplay and maybe after all the AWOL stuff this week, um, I've thought about streaming actually trying to be good at arena. I don't think I have the shout out, but that's my personal channel. Um, and then yeah, AWOL Monday, Wednesday as normal. I'll be around in some fashion both days.